I thought to talk about this in passing because the essence of calling you here today is to talk about the Lofa rule. On May 11, 2021, as chairman of the Lofa County Legislative Caucus, I received a formal communication, MVAS-MIA-RL-0139-156-2021 from Honorable Vani A. Salif, Minister of Internal Affairs, informing the caucus of His Excellency George Manawia tour to the great county of Lofa from May 17 to May 2021, from May 17 to the 21st, 2021. In said communication, it was expected that the President would have had the opportunity to hear from the citizens as well as see firsthand ongoing development projects in the county. It was also expected, as we have always stressed, that the President would have had a formal and informal interaction with the caucus and members of the Lofa County. In the spirit of teamwork, upon receiving a letter from the Minister of Internal Affairs, I immediately informed all members of the caucus about the aforesaid county visit by the President, and a meeting was arranged in Boima Lofa County of all the caucus members. However, the date of the President's visit came and passed without us as caucus receiving any formal communication for the postponement on the President's visit to Lofa County, even though the caucus was in full gear to receive the President, absent perception that Lofa people were not prepared to receive the President. There is an information that reason for the postponement of the President's visit, a new set of dates was announced 72 hours ago, now it should be about 8 hours ago, by the Moro City Mayor, Honorable Uncle Jefferson Tambakochi. I said uncle because he's my uncle traditionally. I'm cultured, I'm traditional. I understand the norms of our counties, so I understand that he's my uncle. To date, all of the Lofa County Legislative Caucus members are back tomorrow, to include the Vice Chair who went on May 6, 2021. He was there even 3 weeks prior to the President going, and the President didn't come. Barely 96 hours ago, while on my way from Lofa County, I had the opportunity to visit the 81-kilometer road project site between Lofa and Bon counties, where I met the project manager, the equipment manager, the audit and finance manager of the company responsible for the implementation of the Banga Salaye Road project. My team was received by Mr. John, project manager who had just taken over. He expressed his own disappointment as it relates to the stalling of the road project. According to him, the duration of the project as stated in the signed contract was for a period of 3 years, and that though said period has failed significantly, the project, to the contrary, is still lacking behind. The 3-year project now gone 4 years, but it's still lacking behind. My investigation, as was confirmed by the project manager, established that the government of Liberia and 4 other financial institutions entered into an agreement to fund the project. Investigation also revealed that all of the 4 entities have made good on the obligation as it relates to the implementation of the road project, the only exception being the government of Liberia. What are those 4 institutions? They are as follows. the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, Badia, Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development, OPEC Fund for International Development, Saudi Fund for International Development. Then my Chico has expressed that the expansion of the road, which is usually done prior to most other aspects of the road construction, is currently being hindered, especially within the local segment of the road. And this is so because owner of tree crops and property along the shore of the road have not been compensated. And that amount is 1.3 million. And that destroying seem absent compensation may likely occasion liability of damages against Chico. Hence, the company calls on the government to expeditiously settle hostility so as to avoid competition while they are expanding the road. Chico Manima also complained about cost of maintenance for equipment that are sitting in their camp, most especially where money is not coming into to offset some of these equipment costs. I'm also informed that Chico has lost $4 million as a result of the delay in the road project. The equipment are sitting down, nothing ongoing, so they are threatening us that they will pull off. They may later go to Sierra, and you know Sierra just signed a $1.6 billion project to do Longe, and sell in Freetown. They could go there. Additionally, the consultant has reduced their 7-row engineer from 7 to 4. The 4 have gone back and they have refused to come back. What is the reason why they have refused to come back? They refused to come back because they said that there's no work ongoing. On the other hand, and most surely Chico cautioned the financial institution, especially the government level, of pulling out. There is a caveat that if the delay cannot be remedied, they may result in carrying the equipment, like I said, to other country or region. In conclusion, the Chico management acknowledged my office to prevail on government, as I have done again and again. You have followed me at the Senate, to make good on its obligation as it relates to the road project, so that active work will continue, so that accumulating interest brought about as a result of the delay could be curtailed. Management also opted for a cordial working relationship between local living in the places to be reached by the road project, rationalizing that those local will eventually be the primary beneficiary of the road project, and so cordiality between the Chico staff and the worker as an entity will enhance the work to be done. Chico appreciated our visit and opted for a subsequent visit from time to time. Fellow Liberian, distinguished colleague of the press, throughout the years, we have all advocated for genuine change in the development of roads network in our country, especially a corridor that brings economic benefit to the governance system of Liberia. Lofa can be no exception. Lofa can become a hub. Lofa is sitting between Guinea and Sierra Leone. When you do Lofa Road, you'll be proud of what will come out of Lofa. Lofa is no exception. We as national leaders must muster the courage to be selfless and lead differently. The Lofa County Legislative Caucus' desire is to provide a leadership that will work for Lofa County and the people of Liberia selflessly. We call on all of us as the people to work together to ensure that we bring pressure to bear on the government so that they can see the need to do the Lofa Road. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming, and I may open up to you for question and answer. And as I said, there are some of the changes that I'm going to share with you. But I want you to understand that the privilege, a change between you and your colleague, a change between your private person, listen to talk about your superior, is privilege. You can just divulge it. But it's hard time that I do because of the current event. And like I said, circumstances and time of event determine the avenue course of action. Having said this, permit me to like I said, on 12 May 2021 at about 7:16 a.m. I text message on 12 May. Okay, 12 May. Okay. I said it is 12 May 2017 at 7:16. You see here 7:16? You see here 12 May. Let me see what I said. I said, I'm speaking to the principal. Hope my text finds you okay. I'm texting you in furtherance to a discussion I had with you in your office, referring to the leadership election, which primarily was centered around the timing, spirit, and intent. I'm en route to Lofa and will not attend. My thinking is that we postpone the election till the president and his county tour, because legislators are expected to accompany the president. Should the election go ahead, and if my personal discussion is anything to go by, you do not want me to chair DSI, Defense Civil Intelligence. Lofa will then not be on leadership. So sad. Whichever way you intend to go, as I have always done, to support we all, I request you add me to the following committee. I also request that I chair one committee because I'm not chairing a committee. This is also because, as it is, I do not chair a committee, and you have seen that Lofa should not chair the DSR. That was the information that obviously I should be disclosing. So it goes on. I didn't want to stop there. And then there's another change that an acknowledgement was made, but there was this 11-hour exchange, 20 minutes to the election. And there was that exchange that will not disclose. And I told my principal that I've had a discussion with a bigger principal. And I foresaw that in the event we do this, there will be bad latches. And you see what happened today. April 3rd, I attended the opening ceremony of the newest NSA headquarters. When I came back, also brief, and I told them ramification. So why do I say this? I say this to inform all of us that I'm sensitive, I'm cultural, I'm traditional, and my own background. I found myself in the security sector. That's the information you don't hear that voice when you discover your principle. But I'm doing this because of the prevailing condition of what I was serving. Everybody want to play to the public glory. Everybody want to pretend that they are the best. They want to bring down other people's character. All because they think that the best way to do is to go to all the radio stations around here, all the podcasts, all the WhatsApp around here. Everywhere they want to go to show that they are the best. But ladies and gentlemen of the press, I convened this meeting today to be able to address some of those issues. And I want to stop and permit you to ask specific questions. We are where we are today, and we're in a specialized executive session, all because of the decisions that were made and the advices to give, the advices were not yielded to. Thank you very much.
So there are two issues that the senator presented, and then you speak to the two issues. One is the leadership elections, and one is the primary issue is the local role project. So I hope you now go beyond the two issues. So we'll take front page Africa, followed by Spoon TV, and then followed by KBS, and then followed by Front, in that order.
Thank you. Sir, my name is...
Once your question goes off the line, I'll call you up.
Sir, my name is Henry Kamo, and I work for Front Page. Sir, in a very short response, I mean, this is just 3-letter question. Many are wanting to know why. Why did you withdraw at the 11th hour of the elections? Why did, if you had this arrangement, why didn't you just back up from the process from the beginning and not to go into the process at the 11th hour after you have made your the normally call it position statement, and then the last that came out was you work as co-chair. Okay. And then this principal, who is this principal you're referring to?
Let me be blunt to your questions. Let's be earnest. You saw when I did my representation. You remember when I contested the pro-tem position? My own political leader today was the campaign manager of the pro-tem. Did she support me? Isn't our open record today? She didn't support me. So what guarantee have I? You saw when we cast the vote for Senator, we said we got 9. Senator Nathan got 10. What guarantee have I that I would have won that election? When, to a large extent, this Africa, there will be no exception. You saw the way I'm managing with the election was influenced. So there was no guarantee that I would have won. And as a member of the ECOWAS Parliament, I thought I would spend more time all over the country, and I was prepared to serve as co-chair. And remember, the committee doesn't have a co-chair. What the Defense and Security Committee has 3 subcommittee chairpersons. One subcommittee chair on defense, one subcommittee chair on security and intelligence, one subcommittee chair on veteran affairs. There is no chairman, there is no co-chairman. So I opted for the co-chairman, knowing that I could not have won the chairmanship position, concerning what was obtaining. Aren't we Liberia? Didn't we see? How many votes the CPP got? We got 9. One time with Senator Wisse. We got 10 with Senator Nathan. What made you we getting 19? And when there were already prior discussion, I was all of you for that going to look for in anticipation of the president's visit. I come back, the stage is already set. So I felt that going for the chairmanship would not have won. But our new law now is that the co-chair can proxy for the chair when the chair is all of the capital, TOL and TAL. The capital is this building. The TAL is the capital city. So whenever the co-chair or the vice chair, the chair is the winner, the co-chair or the vice chair can add. So I'm still part of the leadership.
Why did you withdraw at that moment? Now that's the question.
As a co-chair, I need to sell myself. As a co-chair, I need to tell them who I am, what I bring to the table. I had to do this. And like I said, you know what it means to get into an election and know that you'll be defeated, and someone says, oh, you should just go into it for the record's sake. Hey, I'm an analyst. I'm a strategist. I know the rule of engagement. I know how to get involved. I know when to get in, when to get out. I know the subterfuge approach. Hey, let me honest something I didn't want to disclose here. I'm not just an ordinary person. Someone say, look, as I told you just yesterday, they were in there. 4 hours to what was 4 hours before then, I was able to bring my colleague in there while transpiring Zulu West. Would you remember? And he was astonished. I got a network in Liberia. I got a network in the sub-region. I'm a member of Interpol. I'm a member of the FBI, NA. There's plenty of things I will know that I won't get that voice so easily. Or else I will lose the credibility of my other colleagues who share information with me.
You didn't answer the part of the
Yeah, so you cannot.
no, you said your. I mean, you mentioned somebody who needs to read that version.
I said the principal.
Yeah, who's that principal?
No, I mean, yeah, Spoon.
My name is James Gude Flomo, Spoon FM. First, I want to ask you this question. Honorable Senator, you knew the security implication of backing off not to contest as the chairperson, looking at an alleged war criminal internationally vying for that position, and you need to work with international partners. You knew the security implication as a security expert. And the next thing has to do with Senator Didum. Yesterday on Spoon FM, he said you betray the opposition. What's your your standpoint when it comes to that statement? You betraying the opposition.
And I don't know who is the opposition. There are a lot of
The
games.
CPP.
There are a lot of games being played. I told you, I'm all of Monrovia. Mr. Musa Azambede goes to my county and get engaged in the activity that are co-descending. They want me to fold my hand and put it in my leg. Let me just tell you the whole reality on the local issue of the thing with CPP, should follow about the party. Since I declared my support for Joseph Yumabaka, I've been the target. And let me be honest, who don't know, there is a serious campaign to ensure that Joseph Yumabaka is denied the chairmanship of the CPP. People in the Liberty Party as a teacher to engage. I will give you recalling to that effect. People in the Liberty Party as a teacher to engage. I didn't want to be defeated, like I said. To ask our teacher to engage in undermining the effort of JND. And I openly declare my support. I'm from a country that has 6 ethnicities, with culture, with traditional. We got our norms and folkways, we got our morals, we got our do's and don'ts. I'm a traditional person. I want you to go to all the radio stations like some of all had. Go to all the radio stations every day now. You're on the radio station, or on the podcast. I don't do it. I come to the media if and when it's necessary. This is why I've come to you today.
The question about the security implication.
The question about the security implication. In April 3rd, when I came back, I had a brief with my principal. And I'll share with you. I had a brief with my principal April 3rd when I came back. The implications. And that was sent April 3rd. That was sent April 3rd. And if the principal don't act based on what I say, do I beat the butt of my principal? I cannot. All you do in security sector when you brief your principal, a level down to act. I briefed the principal and I also briefed the leadership on what transpired when we were opening the new NSA offices. The new NSA offices in Kawa, and what we obtained if we took the action that we took. And I got all the documentary evidence to suggest that I did that. And I'm thinking, how do I divulge it? Maybe a few of you who are media managers, not the reporter, will see what I have here.
Senator, my name is Elijah S. Moses. I report for FDK TV. Now that the president...
What is FDK TV?
That's your own institution, Foya District.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Now the president has postponed the trip in Lofa County. What the caucus is doing to make sure that the president have overwhelming welcome in Lofa County?
Look, there have been this perception, some of them myth. Myth is that thing that can be proven. That all over people will not be welcoming the president. And there have been arguments, counter arguments. What did Yumale in Foya since May 6, 2021? You were there since May 6. Myself was there. When you see the Senate election took a little while I was away, because I weren't here to do what was required of me, to lobby. We were all in anticipation of the president coming. He didn't come. Let me be honest. The executive manager now had the courtesy to call and say, look, we couldn't come because X, Y, Z reason. How be it as a caucus, we are law-abiding people. We are people of humility. Have you know the Lofa history? So, when the president goes to Lofa, the irony now is that I'll be traveling for the ECOWAS conference, which should be from the 25th to the 17th. So, it falls between the 3rd and the 7th of June. That is my challenge. Whether I'll be there or not depends on how the negotiation will go. But how be it, as we did prepare for his first coming, we'll also be prepared. But again, we're not dealing with inanimate objects, we're dealing with people, we're dealing with human beings. Maybe the morale, the momentum could die. So to get that momentum alive again, in my mind, there should be a discussion with the caucus and the executive management, so we can tell below. The president could not come because X, Y, reason, and you'll be coming year after. But I think there should be that discussion. And I think the executive management should be a little civil to get in touch with us.
So we'll take Prime or KMPD, Fabric in that order, then we'll take the next question.
All right, so Senator Zargo, my name is Prince. So I have a question. Well, you disclosed to the press of your expert advice to leadership and your colleagues in the Senate as it relates to the leadership election. Members of the public and even those of us who are media practitioners here will be wondering to know exactly what were those advice, pieces of advice. What actually did you foresee ahead of the election that you advised that did not go your way? The second one will be of address to the question you just asked. From what I gather from you, it means that the pronouncement by the city mayor as it relates to what happened, the president did not go to Lofa, may not have been at the consent of the Lofa people, or they may not be informed also as to what stopped the president from going there, because you mentioned that it was due to bad condition. And you gone there some weeks and waiting for him to arrive. And so I just like to know whether how the county received that information from the mayor, who comes from the county.
No, I can't speak for the mayor.
All right.
The mayor is not the people's deputy. We are the people's deputy.
How do you receive that?
Yeah, we are the people's deputy. We are a member of what you call the CDIO, ECOWAS, or the people's deputy who represent the people. So in my honest opinion, when they wrote us, and then it had to be undone, there should be the courtesy should be the Shagrin Barrow to call Zargo. We have wanted to come this time. We cannot come because XYZ reason. Having said this, who are managers here? Why are the managers? I don't say you have to report. Who are managers? Come on, your manager, come behind here, come say something. And you come. Come on, please come. That's one hold your camera up.
Come on, it's not a manager, please.
No, come.
You got confidence.
Come.
No,
just come because you front page, you are front page and sold out of cost. No, I'll do this. I'll do this because people is popular in this country here. I said I'll do this. Just, yeah. Good AM.
We need to talk about it at your convenience. This was one.
There was one. So then, there was since April.
Okay.
I have given that intel. Further, you want to know what's intelligent? Intelligence is information of value added. They're not just raw information. They were information that were well synchronized, analyzed, and synthesized. So the information is one. It's intel. It's intelligence. It's not just someone talking from the street or someone talking from off air. I'm a lawyer. I'm a law enforcement practitioner. So when I give you an intel, it's an intel because intelligence is added to it. It's intelligence. It's value added information. So when I give value added information as your chair on security intelligence, you don't listen to me. The backlash, do you hold me for it? And that was since April 1. Since what, April 1? Since April 1.
April 10.
I've advised. And you don't do likewise. Yeah, go ahead, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. My name is Zach Totti. I'm a chairman from KMTV. Are you not troubled about the statement that you have betrayed CPP? And if yes or no, what is your stand? That's my
No, I think CPP have, not CPP, but Liberty Party have betrayed me. 4 years back, I contested, I raised my hands off the contest of chemistry of I wanted to be President pro tempore. Who was campaigning for Abachi and Assembly Abachi? My own political leader. When the late Bronsky was alive, Bronsky had wanted I considered Nangwe, who now the Supreme Court. My own political leader was campaigning for Amajara for reasons best known. I will not disclose the reasons. I don't want to see it. But see, when you put your man to the wall, he can't bounce back because the law of impenetrability says I can't pass through the wall. So I had to come back. So don't keep pushing me to the wall. You superstitiously go to Kokata, get county chairpersons, and decide to undo Zargo. All because you know Zargo will now go your way. There are hidden hands in this country that are trying to ensure that GMB does now show up on the ticket, on the CPP ticket, and I'm against it. So now they got to demonize me. They want to demonize me in ways and manner so that I become irrelevant. I become irrelevant in your eyes, so you have no time to come to talk to me again. But it doesn't work in Lofa. Lofa politics is dynamic. Lofa politics is culture. It's traditional. It's nurture. You know, it has its fabric in our DNA. The way we relate to each other, the uncle, the nephew, the keke, the daddy. You heard me call you Jefferson Kochi uncle. I'm 5 yana older than I can born him. But he's my uncle. Because I'm a lawman, Bani Mandingo, he's a kissy. The kissy in Lofa, other than our uncle, despite the age, they are our entities. So it's intentional. Then they don't chief officer and Martin Krakan read me. They want to take me to Liberty Party office for investigation. When indeed ask them, the Liberty Party office. When they were inside getting rid of that bidding, today I still have all my document in the office. I don't know where they took it. They didn't have the courtesy to insert tell Mr. Chairman can't take a thing from the office. Few days thereafter, you have one Daniel Sano, who I'm told is dismissing. He had gone and removed my name from the official chat room of the Liberty Party. How do you treat a former chairman like that? Remove my name from the chat room of the Liberty Party, supported by the person who worked Musa Bedidi brain and had to call one power, one lady called power. She does what power. She does everything for him. She justified. I raised the issue with my political leader. I said they are released me from our official chat room. A chat room I created. I wanted to bring China CPP. I sat down at the ANC office for several weeks. For days, we were there at ANC. A guy that Darrow yet on the phone, he would say for less than 10 minutes, walk out. Or because he's so street smart and urban not so eating with fools around here. The CPP document, I'm a crafter. Jacob Smith is a crafter. Everything with CPP document, I'm fully aware. This year, because we know that we'll be talking about finding a political leader based on voter perception survey, a consensus, and all we go the other way around. Now they can't have Zargo as chairman of the Liberty Party. It's intentional. It's calculative. They want to demonize me. So that I become irrelevant in the eye. So that they trail the party and sell the party. Who is Musa Hassan Bedi? A businessman. I was giving contradictory comments he had made. Who was he talking about the summer walk-around code? When he said that he saw a comment on he put on the walk-around code. Does he even know how the Liberty Party 4 arrows is built? Look at the issue of the 4 arrow. Reconciliation, reform, restructuring. The top of all is reconciliation. And on a reconciliation, we got 2 concepts on a rule of law. That is either restorative justice or retributive justice. Restorative justice is that justice system. In which Liberty Party highlighted in your manifesto that, look, those who violate war crime, those who violate crime against humanity, should subject themselves to town hall scrutiny and apologize to perpetrator. And apologize to those who they offended. If you genuinely apologize, then I look at mitigate. If you don't genuinely reconcile, then you will not benefit from the restorative justice. There will be retributive justice. They will pay their own you for the wrong you have done. But if you do restorative, you do a sincere apology, meekness, meekness turn away wrath, like the South African TRC. This is what the Liberty Party projects. This is the Liberty Party position. So that what we do, like, look, we sorry for what transpired. I did wrong. I'm sorry. You go to say Nyedemolaun or Zinolomen, you know, or you go to a son got buried in grandmother. He said I was a child soldier. I didn't read the age. I did something wrong. My people, I'm sorry. You show remorse. What comes up Bronskin said within the Liberty manifesto that look, we will mitigate. So there's no need going forward. But your failure to do that, then you invoke restorative justice. You revoke retributive justice and not restorative justice. Those are the concept. You heard other judges say, okay, so someone don't start a chapter and read and end it. And most of the time, you own all of your radio. Then someone said other judges suspended. We had a genuine reconciliation in Vonyama. We had in Bikeno. We restore everybody to historical antique. We forgave. We reach out. That was Bronskin. Reconciliation with the highest.
So we take fabric, we take Truth FM and Joy FM in that order. And then we'll go for the last two and then we close off.
Okay, Senator, my name is John Kuban, a report of Fabric. In most cases, when decisions are taken here at the legislature, there are speculations about executive interference. You spoke about a principle, and there may be speculations that an interference from the executive may have taken place. Can you confirm this?
To elect statutory committee chairpersons, should executive intervene that again? I already didn't see that. I think it was just among us. And while entering into our house, they gave $50,000. What does a chairman defense security intelligence benefit? For me, I do it for service. I got passion. I served 20 good years in law enforcement. I love it. So I put on my best effort. My chief officer starts when I get best on look for our own shit. Police people come here, security actor come, will pay their way to go home. Then for someone can't chair that commission talk of $50,000. Hey man. If they have $50,000, they can go over the road, you know.
So we take 2 FM.
Let's stop this, man.
Okay, Senator, my name is Hilda.
I'm constrained to stop the press conference at this particular point in time, just after his question. Maybe Joy, okay, just after his question, I'm constrained to cut the press conference off.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Hagar Gunai, and of course I report for Truth FM. Chief, I'm concerned. Prior to the election, the leadership election of the Senate, we saw you having some tete-a-tete with Senator Johnson. And you both working together. And well, following that, you withdrew from the race. And then, secondly, you spoke about your defeat, or maybe your fear for defeat. Was it really that you never wanted to go in the race and be defeated, or your withdrawal from the race was based upon your decision?
No, my contestation for the vice chair position and the chairman position were not based on any negotiation, to be honest. If you saw something just working, it was just a coincidence. I think I'm going to use the resume, then he will come in and we just bust up, start laughing. But Red came in, I don't think we negotiated. No, it was not.
Follow up.
Yeah.
There's a follow up now question.
Follow up question. We have 3 more questions. We don't want to get a substance on it.
Okay, so
there's
a follow up from the senator regarding Daniel Sanders. So from FM will be the last person that will do.
Thank you, sir. Senator Zargo, I'm Fezeli Sumo. I work for Prime FM. This morning on our program, Daniel Sanders, the regional spokesperson of the party, called, and amongst other things, said that they are convinced that you were induced to have withdrawn from the process. This morning is on record. I would like to know what your response to that would be.
Look, that there highlights and shows how deceptive part of those in the leadership of the Liberty Party. I'm saying you something so you can just share your fully. Part of those in the leadership of the Liberty Party are Daniel Sanders has a reputation of dishonesty and disrespect. When I checked the Liberty Party, Daniel Sanders caused all the full people in Liberia. He caused all the Nigerians. I had to go on OKFM to refute and apologize to the Nigerian. He sat down here, he even accused the own political leader. He said we 250,000 to 5,000 to pass.
20,000 each.
Yes, and I'm told he dismissed. So what you expect from him?
He was suspended.
Suspended. What you expect from him?
He just came back.
Daniel Sanders have been an indisciplined boy for a long time. And what she does, she uses him to abuse people in the Liberty Party. I think he disagree with Yomri Kanga Lauren. Daniel Sanders abuse you. Go and ask. He's very indisciplined. He's an indisciplined boy. So he come to table and I know they give me 50,000. Why would a chairman on defense security receive 50,000? You be chairman. That chairmanship position is service delivery. It's work. You saw me arguing for security actors. They come here, we pay their way. I give my card to catch my own. I mean, they've outlived someone else so old now. And many of them and my father worked together before. So I feel passionate about them. I help them. It's not one the position that you found people glamoring for. That was service delivery. It's just to work for Liberian people.